The internet is in flames, and Chrisean Rock just poured gasoline with designer nails. Out of nowhere, the queen of chaos herself dropped what might be the most ruthless breakup expose in influencer history. Screenshots, transactions, DMs, and proof that her entire relationship with HoodTrophy Bino was apparently a pay-to-play love package. Oh yes, baby. What was once relationship goals just turned into a finance seminar on emotional fraud. This isn't just gossip, it's warfare. Bino built his image on loyalty, love, and keeping it real. But according to Chrisean, that real came with receipts, bank statements, and possibly a line item labeled girlfriend maintenance fee. The girl didn't just spill tea, she opened a whole IRS audit on his heart. Twitter's melting down. TikTok detectives are decoding Zelle screenshots, and the blogs are screaming louder than Blueface during an argument. What was supposed to be romance turned into a masterclass in manipulation, and Chrisean's done staying silent, so buckle up because this isn't love anymore. It's liquidation. The receipts are real, the lies are wild, and by the time we're done here, HoodTrophy Bino's real one image might end up on clearance. Welcome to Celeb Aura, where fame burns bright and then burns down. The calm before the storm lasted exactly 30 seconds. Then, out of nowhere, Chrisean Rock hit post. No warning, no teaser, no cryptic caption. Just raw screenshots, wire transfers, and DMs that made the internet gasp like it had just seen a celebrity arrest in real time. Within minutes, the chaos spread like wildfire. Blogs went live, YouTubers scrambled for commentary, and Twitter turned into a digital courtroom. Chrisean wasn't whispering, she was preaching. Y'all thought it was love? Nah, it was an allowance. That single line detonated like a grenade. The screenshots showed payment after payment labeled, "For you, stay loyal," and the now infamous one, "Don't tell nobody." Suddenly, every fan who ever shipped them started questioning if their favorite couple was just a high-budget PR experiment with matching outfits. The receipts weren't cute. We're talking full-on financial statements, private DMs, and even voice notes that sounded like Bino begging for attention while throwing money like confetti. "You know I got you," one message read, "just don't embarrass me online." Embarrass him online? Baby, she did more than that. She turned his ego into a public exhibit. Bino had spent months branding himself as the real one who stood by Chrisean through it all. He played the calm, patient boyfriend while she took all the heat from Zeus drama and social media meltdowns. But Chrisean flipped the script. "He wasn't standing by me," she said during a late-night live. "He was investing in me, literally." The tone wasn't bitter. It was surgical, the kind of tone that makes men sweat in silence. And oh, the reactions. Within minutes, Bino Bought Love was trending. Fans were pulling up old photos of them, circling designer bags and captioning, "So this was part of the package deal?" Memes started flooding timelines. One showed Bino with a stack of cash and the caption, "My love language is direct deposit." Another had Chrisean holding receipts like she was presenting evidence in court, titled Exhibit A, The Bank of Betrayal. But here's where it gets wilder. She didn't leak this through a blog or PR team, she leaked it herself, on her own story from her verified account while casually sipping from a mug that said, "Blessed." The level of confidence was insane. No PR filter, no lawyer-approved captions, just uncut Chrisean energy. People didn't know whether to cheer or cringe. Some said, "Finally, she's speaking her truth." Others said, "Girl, take this to therapy, not the timeline." But no one looked away. This was entertainment gold wrapped in heartbreak. And Bino? Silent, completely ominously silent. His socials went from daily posts to ghost town overnight. The man who couldn't go a day without dropping a motivational caption suddenly forgot his password. Fans were refreshing his page like stock traders during a crash, waiting for a response that never came. His silence was louder than any denial. Then came the subplot, the voice note. A clip surfaced of Bino allegedly saying, "I can't love nobody for free. I gotta know they're worth my investment." That single sentence broke the internet. Fans replayed it 100 times, slowed it down, boosted the audio, and even auto-tuned it into remixes. Some called it fake. Others said it sounded exactly like him. But whether it was real or not, it didn't matter. Perception was already punishment. The ripple effect hit fast. Old interviews resurfaced. Moments where Bino said things like, "Love is business when you're in the industry." At the time, it sounded philosophical. Now, it sounded like confession. The narrative flipped overnight. From supportive boyfriend to emotional scammer with a receipts fetish. Meanwhile, Chrisean wasn't done. She dropped another bomb, a screenshot of a message where he allegedly asked her to act more in love for the cameras. Fans lost their minds. Not him directing their relationship like a reality show. One comment said. Another wrote, "So the hugs were paid performances too?" Every influencer, gossip blog, and TikTok therapist jumped in. Think pieces were everywhere. Is modern love just branding? Did Bino emotionally monetize Chrisean's vulnerability? Suddenly, everyone was an expert in celebrity psychology. And the internet? It ate it up like dessert. What made it hit even harder was the emotional shift. For once, Chrisean wasn't crying, yelling, or defending herself. She was calm, controlled, in charge. It felt like watching someone who had been underestimated. For too long, finally take back her narrative. And do it with receipts. The internet started calling her the IRS of love, saying she audits men emotionally and financially. Others joked, Bino better start filing for emotional bankruptcy. It was funny, savage, and messy. Everything the algorithm loves. But beneath the comedy, there was something real. This wasn't just a petty breakup. It was about power, who had it, who lost it, and who was finally ready to flip the script. Chrisean's message was clear. If you're going to buy love, be ready for the receipt to go viral. The scandal had begun, and the internet was hooked. But little did anyone know, the worst, or the most entertaining, was still coming. Because when the blogs started digging, the rabbit hole of fake love and digital manipulation went way deeper than anyone imagined. The moment those receipts dropped, the internet didn't react. It detonated. Twitter turned into a war zone, TikTok turned into a courtroom, and Instagram became the emotional crime scene. Chrisean Rock didn't just expose HoodTrophy Bino, she rewrote his entire image. Overnight, his loyal boyfriend brand evaporated faster than a PR apology after a scandal. Screenshots were circulating everywhere. Cash App histories, Zelle transfers, I got you, DMs, all receipts screaming purchased affection. The barbs were laughing. The baddies were cheering, and the blogs? Oh, they were feasting like vultures at an all-you-can-eat buffet of chaos. One headline screamed, Bino bought love, Chrisean sells truth. Another said, the girlfriend allowance that broke the internet? YouTubers were going live mid-sentence. Bloggers were dropping emergency posts, and fans were acting like detectives in a financial thriller. Memes flooded the timeline. One showed Bino holding a bouquet of receipts saying, roses are red, love costs too. Another had Chrisean photoshopped in a courtroom as Judge Rock, holding a gavel labeled proof. Someone even remixed her live audio into a drill beat. And yes, it charted on TikTok within hours. The internet wasn't just watching the drama, it was choreographing it. Drama. It was choreographing it. Then celebrities began chiming in, because no scandal is complete without unsolicited celebrity opinions. Blueface tweeted, told y'all she got the receipts, not respect. Fans were quick to remind him that he's the last man qualified to give relationship advice. One user clapped back, sir, you were the tutorial. Even rapper Sukihana dropped a post saying, ain't nothing wrong with gifts, but don't call it love if you're paying rent for her attention. That one went viral. Half agreed. Half accused her of being messy. Within hours, Chrisean's name hit the #1 trending spot on X. The memes got darker, funnier, and more brutal. One viral tweet read, Bino thought he was buying love. Turns out he was renting respect. Another fan posted, this ain't Chrisean versus Bino, this is Cash App versus common sense. The tone of the internet shifted from sympathy to savagery in under 24 hours. And Bino? He finally broke his silence, kind of. He posted a black screen story that read, don't believe everything you see. Love ain't cheap when it's real. The irony was astronomical. Comments poured in. So you admit it wasn't real? This man speaking in refund policies. It was the type of vague statement that screams guilt while pretending to be deep. Meanwhile, Chrisean wasn't backing down. She posted another story showing more screenshots, timestamps, receipts, even a photo of a designer bag with the caption, he said it was from love money. Fans were stunned. Every drop felt like a new chapter in a Netflix drama. Her storytelling was so meticulous, so precise, it felt planned. Like she'd been collecting evidence for months, waiting for the perfect viral storm, and just when everyone thought the chaos had peaked, another twist hit. A fan leaked messages allegedly showing Bino bragging to a friend about investing in Chrisean. It's all part of the plan, one message read. "You keep her happy, she keeps you relevant." That single quote shattered whatever sympathy remained for him. The internet declared him guilty without trial. Music blogs joined the frenzy. One site wrote, "HoodTrophy Bino's career might need a GoFundMe after this." Others pointed out how his latest single's streams dropped 40% in a day. The scandal wasn't just personal, it was financial. Sponsors started quietly deleting collaborations, and fans noticed. One post said, "Even his brand deals are ghosting him now." Amid the chaos, Chrisean posted one call message: "I told y'all I'm the truth." That single sentence sent chills through the fandom. It wasn't loud, it was lethal. She'd won the internet without shouting. Every major outlet covered it. Entertainment Tonight, The Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked. Even Wendy Williams' fan accounts came back from the digital grave just to comment, and yet there was still confusion. Some people asked, was this love gone wrong or a publicity stunt gone right? Was she hurt or just strategic? The internet debated while Chrisean smiled, because in the game of fame, attention is the only real currency. Whether fans loved her or hated her, they were all tuned in. But the real explosion came when someone leaked a video. A short clip allegedly showing Bino talking to a friend, saying, "Man, everything's about optics. You gotta spend money to make it look real." That clip went viral instantly. Blogs reposted it faster than they fact-checked it. Real or fake, the damage was done. Comments flooded in. He admitted it. This is PR manipulation at its peak. Bro turned love into a business model. At this point, the scandal wasn't just about two people. It was about modern celebrity culture itself. Everyone was asking, is any of this real anymore? The lines between emotion and promotion had blurred beyond recognition. Bino had become a meme, and Chrisean had become the message. She didn't just drop receipts. She dropped a mirror on an entire generation obsessed with relationship goals. And now, as the dust started to settle, the world waited to see what she'd do next. Because when Chrisean Rock plays silent after a storm, it's never peace, it's preparation. When the dust finally began to settle, the internet was left staring at the wreckage of what used to be HoodTrophy Bino's reputation. The man who once bragged about being realer than real now looked like the poster child for pay-to-play heartbreak. Every brand he had touched was suddenly allergic to him. Sponsorships vanished, interviews were canceled, and his PR team probably went into witness protection. Meanwhile, Chrisean Rock wasn't just surviving, she was glowing. The woman who had been mocked for her chaos was suddenly being praised as the queen of accountability. She went from toxic girlfriend to truth teller in 1 week flat. Every post she dropped became an event. A simple mirror selfie captioned, "Freedom feels expensive," hit 2 million likes overnight. She had flipped public opinion like a magician pulling a dove from smoke. But the deeper layer? Oh, it cut hard. Rumors started swirling that Bino's financial love didn't stop with Chrisean. Alleged DMs leaked with 2 other women saying the same thing, that he was paying for appearances, keeping up an image, one even claimed. He said it's cheaper than being genuine. The internet didn't wait for receipts. It crowned him Mr. ATM Emotions before his team could deny a thing. Bino tried to clap back one last time. He went live at 2 a.m., eyes heavy, voice shaky, claiming, "Y'all don't know what love costs when you're building an empire." The comments were brutal. "Bro, your empire's in foreclosure. You bought love like a bad crypto investment. She cashed out and you crashed out." It wasn't a redemption arc. It was a digital demolition. And Chrisean? She didn't respond. She didn't have to. Her silence had more power than his entire live stream. Instead, she dropped a teaser clip from a new track titled "Paid Feelings." The lyrics, "You can't invoice my heart, baby. Love don't come with receipts." It was genius. She turned heartbreak into content, scandal into marketing, and pain into platinum. Fans flooded her comments. She turned his bank transfers into bars. This is poetic justice in HD. Music insiders called it one of the most brilliant PR pivots in modern internet history. Within a week, she had rebranded from reality star drama magnet to independent woman reclaiming her narrative. Even her critics had to respect the play. She weaponized her vulnerability and made it viral. Bino, on the other hand, was trending for all the wrong reasons. Again, the industry took notes. Publicists started whispering, "You can't outmaneuver authenticity anymore." What Chrisean did wasn't just revenge, it was a business model. She proved that transparency, even messy transparency, sells harder than perfection. And she did it all with the same fire that people once tried to use against her. Meanwhile, memes kept her name alive. One showed her dressed as an accountant counting Bino's tears. Another had her face on the IRS logo. She wasn't just part of the culture, she was the culture. Every platform, every podcast, every gossip outlet was talking about her. Her name had become a keyword for power, pain, and viral payback. But under all the jokes and chaos, there was a real message humming beneath the noise. One about self-worth. Chrisean's receipts weren't just about Bino, they were about every woman who'd been treated like an investment instead of a person. She said what millions had felt: you can't buy love. You can only fake it for so long before the bill comes due. That hit people harder than any verse or interview. By the time the scandal cooled, Bino had gone quiet again. His team dropped a vague statement about growth and reflection, but it was too late. The internet had already written his ending. He'd gone from rapper to reality punchline, and no apology could buy that back. Chrisean, on the other hand, walked away with the ultimate win: her story, her voice, and her audience. She didn't just expose a man, she exposed the industry, the fakery, and the price of pretending. She became the blueprint for surviving the storm and monetizing the thunder. And somewhere out there, Bino's scrolling through her feed, realizing too late that the woman he tried to buy just sold his downfall and cashed in. And that, my friends, is how a modern love story turned into a financial crime scene with Wi-Fi. Chrisean Rock didn't just spill tea, she served a full buffet of truth with side receipts and emotional interest. HoodTrophy Bino thought he was paying for loyalty. Instead, he prepaid for his own public humiliation. This wasn't romance. This was a reality show with direct deposits. We've seen celebrity drama before, but this makes the Kardashians look like Sunday school. Chrisean turned heartbreak into headlines, and Bino turned love into a liability. It's poetic, petty, and painfully perfect. So before you go, smash that like button like it owes you gas money. Hit subscribe like you're cutting off your toxic ex. And drop your comment below. Are you Team Chrisean the Collector, Team Bino the Buyer, or Team Love Ain't Free Baby? Let me know, because I'm diving into every reply with my popcorn and my pettiness. Remember, on Celeb Aura, the drama doesn't end. It updates. Every week, the truth gets wilder, the lies get louder, and the receipts get even more high definition. Keep your notifications on and your screenshots ready. Because if fame had fine print, we'd be the ones reading it out loud. This is Celeb Aura, signing off, where love burns fast, lies burn faster, and the truth, it always trends. The truth, it always trends.